Hi everybody, welcome to my review of Season 1, Episode 9 of Little Women Dallas. If you haven't seen this episode yet, this video will act like a spoiler, so you might want to watch this video later. The name of this episode is Birthday Blowout. The episode begins with the ladies going to the Texas Motor Speedway. Kaylee says that her parents used to work in NASCAR, so she has the hookup and got the ladies a suite. So they sit down, and then Emily asks Tiffany how she's doing since Austin has left. Tiffany says that she's alright, and what happened was, Austin wasn't pulling his weight, so she got him a plane ticket back to Ohio. She says that it's weird not having someone to come home to and talk to. Then Kaylee says that they don't have to talk to each other in person, and that's why they made cell phones. Then Tiffany says that Kaylee doesn't understand, and she isn't in a relationship like her. Kaylee says that she doesn't want to be in a relationship like Tiffany and Austin's. In the commentary, Kaylee says that she's lost all patience hearing about Austin, and she thinks that he's a loser, and Tiffany deserves better. And she hopes that Tiffany wakes up and realizes that. Tiffany tells Kaylee not to come at her when Kaylee doesn't know what it's like to be in a relationship. Kaylee says that she's not coming at her. In the commentary, Tiffany says that she and Austin didn't break up, and they're just taking a break. And Kaylee doesn't understand that 15 one-night stands don't compare to her long-term relationship. Tiffany tells the ladies that all they need to be concerned about is her happiness, and she didn't even want to talk about that in the first place. Then they change subjects, and Kaylee says that she enrolled into makeup school. Then Kaylee asks Asta what's going on with her and Emily's bar. Asta says that she doesn't want to talk about it. In the commentary, Asta says that things are pretty awkward between Emily and her, and she's trying to keep friendship separate from business. Then Kaylee asks if the whole bar situation is going to work out. Emily says that the bar situation is working out, but the situation between her and Asta isn't. Then Asta gets up and leaves the table. Then Amanda says that since Asta is gone, she wanted to tell them that she wants to throw a surprise birthday party for Asta at a restaurant. Then Kaylee asks Amanda how she and her ex, Zach, are doing. Amanda says that they're doing good, and those butterflies are back. He's in town, but he's going to leave soon. In the commentary, Amanda says that she started seeing her ex, Zach, and she doesn't know what's going to happen with their relationship since he lives in Arizona. She loves Dallas, and she isn't going anywhere for a guy. Then, the ladies go outside, and they get to be near the racetrack and see some of the race cars up close. Then, Bree tells Kaylee that she and Wooda will be on the front of Coastline magazine, and her modeling career is going well. Then Kaylee congratulates her and says she will be happy to do Bree's makeup for the magazine photo shoot. Bree says that she's been working hard to get her modeling career off of the ground, and to be on the front cover of a magazine is a big opportunity. Good for Bree, man. Good for her. Elsewhere, Tiffany asks Asta what's going on with her situation between her and Emily. Asta says that Emily wants 70% of proceeds from the bar, and she's not doing that. She understands where Emily is coming from, but she and Ty will be the ones working the bar and putting together the bar. They will also be opening it and hiring employees for it too. And opening the bar was she and Ty's idea. In the commentary, Asta says that she's bummed that she couldn't come to an agreement with Emily, and it was like she was not willing to negotiate at all. She and Ty were so close to making their dream a reality, and now they're back to square one. In the next scene, Wooda and Bree are shown at their house. Bree says that after all these years, Wooda still hasn't made an effort to make things official between each other. And plus, they're going to be on the cover of a magazine that has an article about couples. Bree tells Wooda that they're going to be portrayed as a couple on the cover of the magazine. Wooda says that people can portray and assume what they want. Then he asks Bree if she doesn't want to be on the cover of the magazine. Bree says even though they're not official, she and Wooda being on the cover as a power couple, people are going to think that they are a couple, and she's not going to pretend that there's something that they're not. Bree says that she's been waiting around for 5 years, and Wooda had better commit to her soon. Wooda says he doesn't want to be in a relationship at the moment. Wooda says that business comes first, and they can be happy when the time is right. Bree asks if that's going to be when they get old. Wooda says that she needs to stop pressuring him into something that he doesn't want at the moment. Bree says if he doesn't want it, then he should leave her alone. Wooda says she knows him, and she knows that he'll go and do his own thing. I don't think she should keep waiting around for him. because just by his actions, he's not making an effort to make things official yet. And they've known each other, what, 5 years? She should have been walked away. And plus they have a kid together. Wonder how that happened. I just think that Bree is making herself look desperate. In the next scene, Kaylee is shown going to makeup school. She says she realizes that twerking isn't a real job and she can't do it all her life. So she enrolled into makeup school and she's loving it. Man, Kaylee finally got it. She realized that twerking is not a good job. Good for you, Kaylee. Good for you. Kaylee says that when her dad finds out that she graduated from makeup school, he'll be proud of her. Kaylee is shown with a few classmates watching her teacher give a lesson on highlights. And then Kaylee does the classmates' makeup, and she does a good job. In the next scene, Tiffany chats with a client while doing her hair. She tells her client that she and Austin are taking a break, and she misses him a lot. The client asks Tiffany if she has ever dated a little person, and Tiffany says no, and the client says that she knows someone who is recently single and might be a good match for Tiffany. Tiffany says that maybe she's down for going on the date, and she just can't keep waiting for Austin forever. In the commentary, Tiffany says that dating other people just sounds weird. Next, Emily, Kaylee, and Bree look at a venue for a bar that Emily wants to open. Emily says that she wants to incorporate a mini bar concept and have little people bartenders. Then, Kaylee asks Emily if she and Asta are opening up the bar together, or if it's just Emily. In the commentary, Kaylee says that she knows that Asta and Emily didn't agree to open up a bar together, but you never thought Emily would go behind Asta and open up her own bar. Kaylee says Emily just stole Asta's idea. Emily says that Asta's bar idea was different, with little drinks, seating, etc., and the whole concept mocked little people. And Emily's bar idea is more empowering. Emily says that Asta didn't look like she knew what she was doing, so she didn't invest in her idea. And her bar is totally different from Asta's, and it's better. Emily says that if Asta wants to work in her bar, she can, but she doesn't think that she has the capability of opening up her own bar, and she wasn't going to invest her money into something that she doesn't think will be successful. I low-key do think that Emily is stealing Asta's idea, even though it's not going to be the exact same concept that Asta wanted. She just decided to call it the mini bar, and she probably wasn't even thinking about opening up a bar until Asta came to her with the idea and wanting to use some of her money for it. But at the end of the day, Emily's a grown woman and she can do whatever the heck she wants with her trust fund money. In the next scene, Tiffany goes on a blind date with an average-sized man named Caleb, and he is 31 years old. Then they play some ping pong, and then they get to know each other. Caleb says that he's a business manager for a luxury boutique. In the commentary, Tiffany says that her blind date has a good job, is friendly, and is fun. So that's a great start. Then her date asks what happened between her and Austin. In the commentary, Tiffany says that she went on that blind date to forget about Austin, and it's kind of hard to do that when they just keep on talking about him. She was open on meeting Caleb, but things were getting awkward. Caleb asks Tiffany if she wants kids in the future. Tiffany says no. Caleb says that he's always wanted a few kids. Back in the commentary, Tiffany says that she knows that she wanted someone more responsible than Austin, but Caleb needs to slow it down, and it's just their first date. I already know that Tiffany is not interested in Caleb. She just did this blind date to forget about Austin and for the show. So, I know there's no chemistry between them. She's gonna go running back to Austin. In the next scene, Bree is shown getting her makeup done by Kaylee for her magazine shoot. Bree tells Kaylee that Wooda isn't scared to show her off, but he is scared of commitment. Kaylee says that she hopes that Wooda isn't messing with other women. Bree says that if he was, she wouldn't be doing that photo shoot. She says that she wouldn't beg anyone to stay with her in her life. Bree says that doing that photo shoot as a power couple will help her modeling career. Then, after that, Bree and Wooda take some pictures for the magazine, and then they get interviewed. Then the interviewer asks if Bree and Wooda are actually a couple. Wooda says no, and their relationship is hard to explain. He points out how people work hard to be in a relationship and to have a title, but they're unhappy. He would rather not have a title and be happy and live his life. In the commentary, Bree says that it's hard hearing Wooda talk about their relationship. She knows he hates titles, but it breaks her heart hearing him say that they're not a couple. Wooter says that life isn't about titles. Next scene, Asta, Emily, and Bree visit Tiffany. Tiffany tells them about her blind date. She says that it was fun, but he isn't her type, but he seems nice. Emily asks Tiffany if it was awkward. Tiffany says yes, because she's never been on a blind date, and she was in a long-term relationship, so it was kind of out of her game. In the commentary, Tiffany says that Caleb is a nice guy, but there's no chemistry between them at all. But at least she put herself out there and gave it a try. She says that she and Austin are still talking, but taking things slow. Emily says that all she's heard from Tiffany is complaints about Austin and how she's resumed to talking to him. And Tiffany can't take things slow with someone she's been with for 4 years. In the commentary, Emily says that Tiffany taking things slow with Austin will not help the relationship. And if he hasn't changed in the last 4 years, does she really think that he's going to change now? Tiffany says none of them give Austin a chance, and people don't see that side of him that he sees. Emily says that Austin can't change because Tiffany tells him to. Tiffany says when she told him goodbye before he went back to Ohio, he saw the light. Emily says that they didn't say goodbye because they still talk to each other. And what he saw is that he has Tiffany in the palm of his hand because she's talking to him still, and she shouldn't talk to Austin because she's afraid to be alone. In the commentary, Bree says your first love is hard to get over, but Emily has had more life experiences, so she'll know if Austin is right for Tiffany. Tiffany says that she loves Austin, and she always will, and that's her man. Then Tiffany starts to get emotional, and she says that he's been there through everything that she's had to do. She says that she cares about their opinions, but they should care only if she's happy. And the only thing that she complained about is Austin not getting a job when he was in town. And she's taking things slow with him, and she doesn't know what else they want from her. Emily says Tiffany wants to be happy, but she's only been with Austin, but she shouldn't settle because it's all she thinks she can have. In the next scene, Kaylee goes out to a restaurant with Brichelle. She catches up with her, and she brings up the bar situation. Then Asta walks up to the table because she's a server at that bar. Kaylee tells Asta that she looked at a bar venue with Emily and Bree, and she said that Emily took Asta's bar idea, and she's opening up her own bar, and she's going to call it the mini bar. Then Asta's husband Ty comes to the table. In the commentary, Asta says that Emily taking their bar idea and making it her own hurts. Asta tells Kaylee that she and Emily ended on bad terms with the agreement, but she didn't think Emily would go ahead and take their idea. Rochelle says that Emily is playing possum with Asta and Ty, and she was acting like she didn't like Asta's idea, but she was taking notes actually. Ty says that he and Asta should sue her. Asta says that she's going to give Emily the benefit of the doubt, and she's not going to sue her at the moment. And if she's really going to use the minibar idea, she might have to consider it. Rochelle says that she doesn't think Asta and Emily are in their friendship together, and she needs to stand up for herself. Next, all the ladies, except for Asta, make it to the Hibachi Grill restaurant where Asta's surprise birthday party will be. When Asta walks in, everyone yells surprise. They get their dinner served in front of them, and they get like pieces of food tossed in their mouths and stuff, and then they have some birthday cake. Rochelle tells Emily that Asta has something that she wants to talk to her about. Then Asta tells Emily that Kaylee told her that Emily wants to open up a mini bar, even though they didn't make an agreement. And she had no idea that Emily would take her idea and go and open up the M-word bar. Then Emily says she would never open up an M-word bar, and she has no idea what Kaylee told her. Kaylee says that she didn't say anything about an M-word bar. She told Asta that Emily is opening up a bar where little people work. Kaylee said that she only mentioned the mini bar part and not the other amenities that Asta had in mind. Asta tells Kaylee that she thought that she was on her side. Then they go back and forth a little bit. Then Kaylee tells Asta to shut her mouth so she can talk. Kaylee tells Asta that Emily said that her idea was dumb. Then Emily asks Kaylee why she's telling Asta to her face what she said, and she told Asta to her own face that the idea was dumb. Then she asks Asta what did she tell her. Asta said Emily was going to open up a bar, but she didn't think she was opening up a mini bar. Rochelle asks Emily if they're going to be little people at the bar that she's opening. Emily says yes, but there will not be little stools and little drinks. Amanda says that it's wrong that Emily's friend came to her for professional help and she steals her idea. Emily says at the end of the day, it's her money and she can do what she wants with it. Asta says just because Emily has money does not mean she can do whatever she wants. Then Emily asks Asta what does she do affect her. Asta says that Emily stole their concept. Emily says that when Asta couldn't open up the bar, they came to her. Ty says that Emily doesn't really know a lot about bars anyway. Asta says that Emily never worked in a bar besides twerking at them. Then Emily says she fully agrees, but she doesn't have to work there. Then Rochelle tells Emily that she's ready to meet her in a dark alley. Kaylee asks Rochelle why she's trying to bring violence. Rochelle tells Kaylee that she had better shut up because she didn't even back up what she said. And Rochelle and Kaylee start yelling at each other at the same time. And Rochelle tells Kaylee to calm down. In the commentary, Kaylee says that Emily and Asta are just pointing fingers so they don't have to own up to what they're doing. She didn't do anything but tell two friends what is up. Emily tells Asta that she doesn't know what the big deal is, and they came to her with an investment, and they are not a good investment. And she can do what she pleases with her money. In the commentary, Emily says she doesn't need Asta coming at her with a tantrum because she missed out on an opportunity that was handed to her. Then, Amanda stands up and reminds everybody that it's Asta's birthday and she suggests that Emily leaves the party. Emily stands up and proceeds to leave. She tells Kaylee next time to tell Asta and Ty the right thing. Then when Emily walks by Asta, Asta throws some cake at Emily's head. Then Emily picks up some food and throws it at Asta's head. Then Asta tries to get up, but Ty holds her back. Emily tells Asta to talk to Kaylee about acting fake because she said what she had to say to her face. Then Emily leaves. Emily is kind of right. That was kind of tantrum-like, you know. And the throwing of food, I know she kind of stole your idea, but you didn't have to do that. No, I'm mostly on Asta's side because Emily stole her idea, you know, of opening up a bar. Like I said earlier, Emily probably didn't even want to open up a bar until Asta wanted to open one and wanted to use some of her money to open it. But that wasn't mature. That was kind of related to the tantrum part. In the next scene, Amanda is shown at her house with her ex-boyfriend, Zach. She says that it's his last night in Dallas and she's going to miss him. Amanda tells Zach that she wants things to work between them, and there are some things that they would need to figure out if they're going to follow through. She tells Zach that she wants her to move back to Arizona with him. Amanda says that that is not happening. In the commentary, Amanda says that she really wants her relationship to work out with Zach, but it's going to take a lot of work if they're going to live in two different states. Zach says that he would love to live in Dallas with her. In the commentary, Amanda says that she hopes that their long-distance relationship works out because the absence of each other is going to make their hearts grow fonder for each other. Bree, Wuda, and Meek are shown at Emily's house. Emily brings up how crazy the brunch was, and she said that Asta had Rochelle in her ear telling her everything, and Kaylee was running her mouth and trying to be on both sides. In the commentary, Emily says that Austin doesn't own a copyright idea on the minibar. And if Asta wants a bar so bad, she should look for a different investor and stop coming at her acting like a child. Emily says Kaylee was messy for talking mess. She says she told Asta that she's opening her own bar. That's what it is and that's what's happening. Emily says that she's meeting with the designer and the bar is actually happening. Then there's a ring on the doorbell. A man at the door gives Emily an envelope and he says that she has been served. Then she opens up the envelope and takes out a paper. And according to that paper, it said, Asta and Ty are suing her. In the commentary, Emily says that Asta and Ty had the nerve to sue her. They're good enough friends to ask her for the money, but she won't give it to them. And since they don't have the money to open their own bar, they're going to sue her to get the money. The document says that Ty and Asta said that Emily stole their idea, but she's not actually doing their idea. The paper also says that Emily needs to stop with her plans for the bar. Bree points out that Asta listened to Rochelle and decided to take legal action. Emily says that all of that is just BS. And that's the end of the episode. Had a feeling they would follow through with that lawsuit. I think Asta was acting kind of immature at the party. Throwing the cake and stuff. Like, I kind of think she did steal her idea. She stole the name and the concept of having little people work at the bar. We're just gonna have to wait and learn more about this later on in the series. And about Kaylee. and this bar situation. I think that Kaylee was just being a good friend, you know. Telling Asta something that she might want to know. She might want to know that her idea has been stolen. So, now let me just say one more thing about Bree and Will's relationship. I think that Bree should just quit trying. She might not want to, but it's best for her. All these years, he did not make an effort to make things official between each other. So what does that say about his intentions with her? And Bree had plenty of time to figure that out. She is making herself look desperate, and that is not a good look. And I think the only reason he's standing by is for a place to stay, to be on TV, which will lead to some fame for his music career, and other things. I mean, just think about how their son got there. They weren't even together when their son was conceived, and she allowed him to take care of his, quote, special feelings, because she had and still has feelings for him, and she'll do almost anything for him. Bree is tripping. I would not be surprised if he has another woman on the side. That situation is just sad and not okay. Now, I'm just gonna say what I thought about this whole episode. I know this is the return of Little Women Dallas. I thought that the episode would be better. I was looking forward to the show coming back, but this episode was kind of, in my opinion, I think that Little Women Atlanta is better than Little Women Dallas. Sorry, not sorry. That's just my opinion. Yeah, but I hope that next episode is more interesting. I don't really have anything else to say about this episode, so I'll just wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys liked it, even though it might have been kind of boring at some points. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter at ILUMoreThanThis. Subscribe to my channel. If you have subscribed, turn on my notifications. If you want to watch my previous Little Women Dallas review videos, I'll have a playlist full of them on my channel. I will see you guys next time. Bye.